top 3 reasons why food rules, especially food rules alone, will not help you manage your type 2 diabetes long term. When I mean long term, I mean like me. I'm 76 years old and I've had type 2 diabetes for almost 40 years. And I'm very healthy and I have control over my type 2 diabetes. And I manage it very well. And I can help you do the same thing. But not only that, but I can help you avoid the problems that I encountered over the years so that you do not encounter them. And if you have already encountered them, or many of them, just like myself, I can help you overcome them and gain health like I have. The first one I want to talk about is burnout. Perhaps you're going to try and go on a low carb or a very low carb diet or a keto diet. Or perhaps you're going to switch to a radically different diet than what you're used to. Or perhaps you're going to avoid foods that you are that you actually love to eat forever, never have them again, or you think that's the case. Or perhaps you're going to eat only foods that you really aren't that interested in eating. This is not such a great idea, and it's really not the best way long term to manage your type 2 diabetes. You may join a program and it may be effective for a month or 2 or 3, but it will really work long term. That low carb or keto diet, is it something that you think you can stick to really long term? You may be excited about it at first. You may like it at first. You might like the way your blood sugar works at first. But just like weight loss, how many people do you know or how many people do you see on TV that lose weight radically, dramatically over the first 30, 60, 90 days, but they haven't really ingrained those new habits into their system, into the way they develop a system, how they develop a system to manage their type 2 diabetes or their weight. I will teach you how to develop a system with better habits that will gradually help you to learn, which will help you manage your type 2 diabetes long term. The second one, besides burnout, is your social systems that you're used to. Are you used to eating with your family? Do you go out on traveling for every couple of months? If you're following this new special diet, or this low carb keto diet, or this diet or not eating the foods that you love, is that something that you're going to enjoy when you go on a vacation? Or is that something you're going to enjoy doing with your family? When your family's eating, don't you want to eat the same similar things that they eat sometimes? Or do you want to make them eat the same things you eat? I experienced this exact problem when I first developed diabetes. I basically chose at that time that I was just going to eat normally, and I figured out a way to manage my type 2 diabetes in other ways, and I would eat the same thing. It took me a long time to figure out a system that I will guide you through so that you can eat similar foods you're used to, but gradually we can develop a system that will work. But you say, I can't do it gradually. I need to get my blood sugar down right away. I need to get my A1C down. There are ways of doing that, and I'll talk to you about how to speak to your endocrinologist or your physician about how to do that. But if you go traveling, or if you eat with your family, or things like that, you're really not going to want to be that inflexible and have a rigid diet and do the extreme things that you're used to. The third thing that I want to talk to you about is perfection. Perfection is really not the way to manage your type 2 diabetes. Trying to eat a perfectly low carb diet, you may read online that it's great and it works. You may see that it works from a program that you're trying out now and it's effective. But is it really going to work? In my past experiences, when I would try extreme diets like that, I would do it perfectly for a long time. I would feel like I'd never eat bread. I would never eat pasta. I would never eat ice cream. I would never do any of those things. And I go to the endocrinologist or my physician, and the endocrinologist, the physician would say, "You're doing great." But I didn't feel great. I felt like I was suffering, and I didn't like it. And every once in a while I would splurge. And then sometimes when I would splurge, I would start splurging to the extreme, and I would go off on a wild tangent, and I would just eat things that really weren't good for me to an extremity that really was not healthy. In the long run, you'll be better off not going to extremes and not striving for perfection. If any of this makes sense to you, I encourage you to check out my bio and look for our free guide for the Type 2 Pivot Method. We go over all this in the Type 2 Pivot Method. Our program makes sense for people to be able to manage their type 2 diabetes long-term, over a long period of time. I do it for a lifetime, and I'm thrilled with it, and I think I can help you do the same thing. And I want to encourage you to check out our free guide and perhaps sign up for our program. Have a great day. Bye.